Hello everyone, my name is Nakash Ahmed and I'm a system engineer for Azure in Qatar for past 1 year. So today I'm going to tell you about Microsoft Teams and give you a small session on how it is being used by the users, the GUI and how Microsoft Teams is being used in organizations for chats, for collaborations and for project management. Okay, so let's start without any delaying further. So this is my Microsoft Teams open and right now it is asking me for my work or school account or even Microsoft account. So we have three options. Either we can go with the work account or school account, or we can use our Microsoft account, which is the live account or Hotmail account. So I have my work account right now. So let's start by signing in with my work account. Here I will write my password, and as I have enabled MFA multi-factor authentication to my authenticator app, I will now write a code which will authenticate me to Microsoft Teams. So after a few minutes, my Microsoft Teams will be open. Here you go. So this is the first default screen of Microsoft Teams. Here you can see I have teams, three teams right now only. Okay, and let me first show you the interface. On the left bar, you can see the navigation, which has on the top activity, which will tell you the overall activities been going on your teams. The chat bar section, it will show you the chats between the users and teams. Okay, the team section will tell you about the teams that you created or you have been a part of. Okay, because I'm using the education Office 365 education plan, so that is why I'm having the assignments bar, the way you will be seeing the assignments. Okay, right now I don't think I have any class yet, so I will then search for class and it will show me the assignments. Okay, in the next I have calendar. So calendar, it's the same like Outlook calendar that you have for setting up meetings. So for enabling just one point here, to get to see the calendar option in the Microsoft Teams, you have to have Exchange Online license. And if you are in the synced environment, like you have a hybrid environment, you must be migrated to Exchange Online first, and you must be having Exchange Online license. Only then you will be able to see the calendar application here. Okay. Calls calls you will see all the recent calls, speed dials, contacts, histories, and any voicemails if you have, and you can even make a call here from the dial pad. Files, it will show you all the recent files being shared with you. Okay, or you have downloaded. Okay, and it will also show you the default storage account for yourself, for cloud storage account, and you can even add other storage accounts like third-party Dropbox, Box, Share File, and Google Drive as well. Okay, this is an application which I'm not going to tell you about right in this session. Okay, so this is how Microsoft Teams look like. On the top bar you can see the search command section, and here you can write a new chat here. Like if you click here and write the name of the user, it will show you the name, and you can then type in the message, okay, from this button. These two arrow bars that you can see, these are like back and forward. Okay, the navigation that you have done so far on the teams, it will show you the back and forward for yourself. Okay, here you can see the contacts in the chat section. You can see the recent chats and you can see the contacts chats, and then you can in the recent you can also filter those chats by name. Okay, in the search type command, you can simply type the name of the user that you want to search or you want to talk to. Okay, or even teams, like if there is any team that you want to talk to, you can type the name of the team. Okay, and if you type forward slash like this, it will show you the a list of available commands that you have. Okay, so this command slash available, it will set your available status to available. This will set your status to away. This will set your status to be at back, and these are all the commands that you can use. if this is the most interesting one, the who command tells you who is who in the team. Like if I want to know who is Nabil, so I will then click here and it will show me the who is Nabil in my organization. Okay, in my organization only one Nabil is found, and there is no upcoming meetings with him, and this is the about section for the who app. So this is a very interesting application. On the right side top bar you can see the profile of yourself. You can change picture here. Once again, only you can only change picture of yourself if you have Exchange Online lessons. Okay, you can set this availability status, you can set the status message of yourself. Okay, and you can create the message whenever you want to. Okay, you can see the saved messages. Like if you can save the message here, click any message and click save, so it will be saved, and in the saved section then you can see the saved messages. Okay, in the settings you can see various settings, like the themes. You can select the dark theme, the high contrast theme. It's up to you. Then you can also see the layout for the teams. Right now I have the grid layout. You can also choose the list one. Okay, there are other preferences too, like auto start application when the windows open application in background, on close keep the application running. These are all you the language settings. Privacy settings you can also have. You can also block the contacts if you don't want them to be able to call you or even have a chat with you. Okay, you can enable the read receipts. It's just like the WhatsApp feature, which you get to know when a user has seen your messages. Okay, surveys are part of Microsoft, so they will be asking you some surveys from different interval of times, just for the product enhancement. Notification, there are lots of notification settings. I'm not going to tell you all about, but you can see yourself, like if someone has mentioned you, what kind of notification you will be getting. If someone has sent you messages, other notification like team membership changes, team role changes, the notification sound, or the meeting started notification, where you will getting the banner notification. The banner is actually on the top. Okay, so these are all kind of notification settings you can have. Device settings, just like the Skype, you have settings, the audio setting, the speaker where you'll be listening, a microphone setting. You can even make a test call. You can even select the secondary ringer and the camera settings as well. Okay, secondary ringer is like when a first time user call. Okay, then if you don't receive, it will be going for the second ring. Okay, permission setting, which devices or which extensions you have allowed for Microsoft Teams, like the media, location services, notifications, external links, and media devices. Call settings, what do you want to do with the calls, like calls ring me, or you want to forward the calls. Okay, if unanswered, you want a voicemail. Okay, same here, the voice settings and the ringtone settings. Okay, so these are some kind of smart preferences and general settings for your teams. Now, if I go to create any teams, you can just click here in the team section. In the right top bar, you can see the join or create team. You can join a team with the code if someone has sent you the code. Okay, or even you can create a team by here. Okay, and then you can even search for the teams. If you have multiple teams in your organization, you can search for teams here. In the bottom, you can see there are other sections, like the three dot, the ellipsis bar, where you can just allow an app or add an application here. There are lots of application options here. Most of them are from third party and also from Microsoft as well. So it is up to your administrator, the team's administrator, which applications that they have allowed. Okay, only those applications will be able to use. Right now I have allowed almost all applications, for even for third party and then from Microsoft. So if you can see, these are all the personal apps, the OneNote, Flow, these are all from Microsoft. And the Bitbucket is the third party, Jira Cloud third party, Adobe, Freshdesk, anything you want. Connectors, I also have some connectors. You can see the SharePoint connector is also here, and the third party connectors are also here, like Jenkins, MailChimp, Bitbucket, anything. Okay. In the last, you have the help section where you will see the topics, just for the training purposes. You can also find training videos here for teams. Okay. Like if I go in the training, I'm not sure why it's not loading. Anyways, what's new, you will get to see what's new in Microsoft Teams right now. Okay. The about section is the tab for Teams help. So this was the short introduction for Microsoft Teams. Uh, I know I haven't shared anything much for, but this session was only for the overview of Microsoft Teams, and I will be giving another session, which will be a technical deep dive. Okay, so this was a short, just a simple and short session for Microsoft Teams, how it is being used and what is the purpose of it. Okay, so stay tuned. Do like and subscribe my channel. I will be posting another video for Microsoft Teams, and I will see you there. Thank you so much.